Hel- Hello, welcome to Sports Talk Now, Season 3. Sports Talk right now. I'm your host, Jackie McKenna, and I'm alone right now, which is a bit of a surprise, but all the better uh, because I need to issue an apology for last week's episode. Uh, I apologize for my casual dress. I just returned from a trip to Jeddah where it was brought to my attention that maybe the Sports Talk Now hunks were not necessarily culturally sensitive to all of our viewers. And that was made very clear to me. And so I apologize. I promise that the Sports Talk Now hunks will never, ever, ever be seen again. Now on with the show. As you can see, I'm flying solo today because it looks like a certain Mr. Pundit felt like he could leave the locker room whenever he wanted. And that's fine. That's fine. Because we've got a great show in store for you today. We're going to cover a lot of topics like football, basketball, maybe hockey. Baseball's coming up. So yeah, let's get on with the show. The NBA is a wonderful sport. When I think of basketball, I like to think of it as sort of a Shakespearean play in 4 acts. The first quarter is the first act. The second quarter is the second act. The third quarter is the third act. And the fourth quarter is the fourth act. And when you break it down like that, typically within a Shakespeare play, the first act is a lot of exposition, getting to know the characters. Now, if it were a history play, some of those characters would be what are you doing? I already did the intro.
There's something I need to say. I believe something insidious is growing inside the locker room. In the time you've kept me here, I have seen, heard, and felt things that have chilled me to the bone. I was tortured for weeks by an evil beyond my imagination. A force so dark that I believed the locker room was haunted and preying upon my mind. In order to recoup my sanity and my life, I had to escape. Certain people made that very difficult, as there is only one way out of the locker room and only one person with a key. Luckily, someone heard my screams and I was freed. Now it is clear that the real evil in this room is not a supernatural being, but a human being. That being Jackie McKenna. I'm not a law guy, I'm a sports guy, but after researching online, I realized I have been a victim of false imprisonment. Sure, hockey fans would argue players on their team are falsely imprisoned in the penalty box, but even then, those players are guilty of something, probably tripping. The only thing I'm guilty of is failing to complete an impossible task, forced upon me by that man. I want to be clear, I intended to watch all the games. But because I'm not a math guy, I did not comprehend the magnitude of the task. There are math guys on set who told you it was impossible, but you didn't listen. Instead, you kept me here against my will, with very few resources and probably contaminated water for reasons I don't understand. Well, those days are over. I'm hereby stopping watching all the games. I will still watch games because I love sports and I am the pundit.
Oh my god.
But I will not watch all the games because that is impossible. Signed, the pundit.
Is this a joke? Is this a joke?
No, it's not a joke.
This is not a joke.
This is not a joke. What you did to me was a joke. And I've come here on my own volition. I could have stayed away because you're a dangerous man. Let this be clear. He is a dangerous man. But because we have a past, and I know you're capable of change, I came back in goodwill. And I'm here to talk about the sports. So, why don't we...
No. We're not talking about sports today. We're talking about this. This past week for me has been hell. You want to talk about me? You want to talk about me being dangerous? You don't know what I've been through, and then you come in here and you malign my character.
This past month, I've
drama
been here
queen,
alone
drama queen,
with no water,
very
little water, contaminated water.
You know what this is? You know what this is? All this stuff you're making up about me imprisoning you here, about all the contaminated water. Goes. It's jealousy. It's jealousy.
Please. I'm jealous of this guy.
You know what? You know why?
Doesn't know a lick of sports.
Because for this season to even have happened, I needed to be in charge. I needed to be in charge.
Last season was great. Last season was phenomenal, and I was in charge. So this season wasn't any better.
There you go. He says it. He's jealous. He handed over the reins, and he's upset that this is my camera crew, that this is my locker room, that this is my audience, that those are my hunks, my band. This is my show because these people watch for me, and that drives you crazy.
I don't care at all about that. You know, all I care about is the sports, and that's all.
Oh yeah, you care about the sports. Then you want to watch the games.
Oh, you got to watch the games. You have to watch.
You offered. You offered
because it's a good idea, but until I realized it wasn't a good idea. And then you forced me to do it. I told you, please don't make me do this. We can talk about the sports. We can just talk about the sports again. It could be just like old times. But no.
I don't want to talk about the sports, okay? I want to talk about us. You're talking about living here was hell. Do you know what it was like when I was living with you? Hey, Sports Talk Now fans. Remember when I was living with the pundit?
Nobody
when
cares.
I wasn't allowed to shower with hot water, when I had to sleep on the floor even though there was a perfectly good couch, when he would turn the heat off, when I wouldn't have food, when ultimately he had a party and I had to go live on the streets. You know what?
I didn't know anybody at that party.
You know what? You know what I learned? That wasn't a Bengals fan club. I love the Cincinnati Bengals, but that place I went, that was no Bengals fan club, as you framed it to me. That was a shelter. That was a shelter for the homeless.
Shelter.
I was at my
shelter
lowest.
Is safe.
Stop. No, your time is done. This is not the pundit soapbox.
This is not safe.
This is not the pundit soapbox. If you put up the graphic that says pundit soapbox,
this is my soapbox.
Take it off right now.
This is my soapbox.
No. Take it off. I have been through hell for this man. I've been through hell to try and make this show something people want to watch. If that makes me a bad guy, then lock me up and throw away the key.
That's what you
But
did
I
to
will
me.
not have my story not told. I will not have you drag my name through the mud without context. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree.
I did not.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree. We all exist within a context. And the context is you have abused me for years, and now that I have finally have something that's mine, you can't take it.
This man is delusional.
Delusional?
You're delusional.
You think you're a sports expert. You don't know anything about sports. You thought Travis Kelce was going to have a bad day. He had a great day.
People get things wrong. Okay? One thing wrong. I'm 99% right.
90.
We got this, and you told you that. I know about sports. Put up a poll. Put up a poll. I know about the sports. Give me a break. The fans will tell you. Take after take after take. I've put the show on my back, and then you put. Oh, we gotta talk about movies. Movies. It's It's not movie talk now.
People like the movies.
Sports talk now.
You know, get off the set. Get off the set.
No.
Get off
I'm
the
not
set.
getting off the set.
Get out of the chair.
This is my show.
I'm saying
Okay. All right. I'm getting off the set. I'm getting off the set.
Noah? Noah? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Can someone call an ambulance? Someone call an ambulance!